Greetings, Zombie Slayer Super Jim here. Today I'm going to show you guys all there is to know about the Giant in the new Black Ops Zombies map, Buried. Now, there is some crazy, amazing stuff that this guy can do for you, and he is a huge benefit and advantage in the game once you know how to use him. Now, some of the best stuff is going to be at the end of this video, guys. Some really epic, amazing stuff, so don't forget to wait and watch the whole video to learn that stuff. But we're going to start with the basics here. So first off, you want to release him from the cell here in the sheriff's office. Grab the key. It's always in that same location at the start there on the left on that hook. Once you open the jail cell though, to get him to leave, you actually have to feed him this booze that's on the counter here. It's always there as well at the start of the game. Now once he takes the booze, he will go into a crazy drunken rage and smash his way out through the debris, and he will be freed at that point. Now he will basically then pace back and forth between the saloon and the sheriff's office. Now if you do injure him or he gets injured during the game like I shot him there with the ray gun, what will happen is he will go back to his jail cell and you will have to find the key for his jail cell in order to release him again. Now the key will spawn randomly at this point as soon as you hear that jail cell close, and in this case I get super lucky and it spawns for me right on this hook here in the courthouse. But it could be at numerous locations, including the saloon or even in the bank here, which is where I find it on this occasion. And occasionally it will even spawn right back on that same hook that we got it from at the beginning of the game. So you will have to search around a bit, guys. I'm not going to show you every single location. Just look for those hooks that it will spawn on throughout the map. Now let's talk about some of his abilities and what you can get him to do for you. So first up, we're going to talk about what he does when you give him booze. Now, as we noticed there when we released him from the jail cell, he will basically spin around and smash debris. You can find booze in the saloon 99% of the time, or if you basically will get one bottle of booze that will spawn each round. Now if you use that bottle of booze and you want to use another one in the same round, you can buy it back from the saloon where the beer taps are. I'll show you that in a moment. But to use him to smash the debris, you need to get him to turn his back to whichever debris you want broken. Look at that hairy back, that's crazy ugly. Anyway, basically he needs to have his back to the debris that you want broken, then give him the bottle of booze and he will spin around and smash it for you. Okay, so I'm going to show you where to buy the booze back if you use the free spawned bottle in the round. So it is right there where those bar taps are. Some people call that a register. It is not a register. I don't know how many people have actually been in a bar that are making these guides, but I can tell you that those are beer taps. And also obviously you can use that ability to access jug and some really cool stuff like that in the map. So still talking basics here, guys, but we're going to get to the really epic stuff a little bit after this. Now I'm going to talk about what happens when you feed him the sweets. So the sweet shop is just here near the saloon, and you will get sweets spawning in exactly like the booze. You get one lot per round, and you will have to buy extra sweets if you use that one in the round and you want more for 1,000 points. This time it is from the cash register there in the sweet shop. Now what the sweets will do, they actually do a ton of different things, guys, some really amazing stuff. But we're going to start with the basics here. Every zombie slayer, the first thing on the agenda is how to kill zombies. And basically, if you feed him the sweets, and he will follow you around like a bodyguard, and he will smash the zombies. He is a badass bar brawler, I can tell you. He's pretty awesome at killing zombies. I haven't actually tried him out in really, really high rounds, but he is pretty crazy good in these low rounds, obviously. So yeah, that's the first most basic use of the sweets, is to turn him into a killing machine. Sort of like a personal bodyguard for you to kill zombies. Okay, now here is where you buy back some more sweets if you do run out in a round, just by the way. Okay, the next thing that you can do, guys, is basically if you get a drop in a round and you're carrying the sweets, you can actually feed him the sweets near that drop. Just like in Moon, he will basically roll the drop again, so you can try and get a better drop. If you don't want a Carpenter, maybe you want a max ammo or something, you can try and get him to turn it into something that you actually want and need. In this case, we get a nuke, which isn't that great either. Now, I don't know if there's any particular order to how which drops turn into what. Maybe leave a comment, guys, if you know if there is or not. Just like in Moon, it would be interesting to know if there's a specific way to get a max ammo. Now, the other thing you can do is in relation to the mystery box here. Now, I'm not going to get him to change this gun because I would like to keep that. But if you get a gun you don't want and you have sweets on you, basically you can give him the candy while the gun is out, and then he will re-roll that gun for you into a different random gun. In this case, it is another crappy weapon, the ballistic knife. But it's all good because we have the Mark II ray gun. Now, another thing you can do, guys, is basically get him to come up to any workbench in the game like this one, and instead of going to all the trouble of collecting all the parts, coming back to this location and placing them, you can actually just give him the sweets. And then our friendly giant will actually turn into a handyman, and he'll run off and get the parts from the general store, and he'll actually carry them all at once. You don't actually see him carrying anything, but maybe they're in his overall pockets, I don't know. But he will then come back. This is in real time, guys. I'm not speeding it up here. It is actually fairly fast. He will actually come back to the workbench once he's made that trip to the general store, and he will place them onto the workbench, and you will instantly get an object built on the workbench for you to pick up. Here we have the trample steam. So that is pretty epic, guys, and that is the fastest possible way to get these annoying buildables made. Okay, now another use that is pretty funny actually is if you get him near a crawler, you can actually feed him some sweets and he will pick up the crawler kind of like a baby or something like that, and he will nurse it and carry it around, and basically he will be able to save the crawler for you. So you know how in Black Ops 2 Zombies, rather annoyingly, if you move into a different zone of the map and you only have one crawler left in a different part of the map, that crawler will die, the round will end, and you'll head into the next round, which is super annoying if you're trying to get stuff done like the side quests. But basically in this case, you can move around to different zones, and it seems like the crawler will stay alive if he's carrying it, and it doesn't do you any harm either while he's carrying it, which is pretty cool. Now, this final thing that you can get the giant to do for you is actually pretty epic. If you're in an area of the map like this where you're running trains, or you might be camping or whatever with your friends, and the mystery box is not there anymore because you got a teddy bear at some point, what you can actually do, like you can see me doing here, is feed the giant some sweets. He will actually run off to wherever the mystery box is in the map at that point in time, and he will rip the mystery box out of the ground. He will carry it on his back to your location, and he will place it down for you to use in your location. So that is actually pretty awesome and pretty amazing. Once again, a couple of these things that the giant can do for you kind of remind me of some of the things that we saw in the Moon map in Black Ops. So you can see here in theater mode, he's grabbed a mystery box and he's carrying it. This guy is so huge, he really is, but he's carrying it back to where we're waiting for him down below, and we'll be able to use the mystery box in that area until we get another teddy bear, I guess. So there it is, guys, all the known uses of the giant in the Black Ops 2 Zombies map Buried. I hope you appreciate this video with a rating and a comment. That would be much appreciated. I could have been one of those guys that did a separate video for every single thing that he does, but I didn't want to do that to you guys. So please remember to appreciate the video for what it is, just made to help you guys. And right at the end, I have something special for you guys. It is a little bit of a glitch that the giant got himself into at one point in this game. I found it kind of amusing. Hope you do too. For now, it is Sleepy Jim out. Thanks for watching.